Hi to all. Welcome to the first webinar of Mentormatic, Master Mentormatic with Andrey Kostyuk. We're here with Andrey Kostyuk, one of the founders of Mentormatic. Welcome, Andrey.
Thank you, Panis, and good evening, everyone.
I'm Panis Pieri. I'll be hosting the webinar series. The series is a 7-session LinkedIn live series. You can find the rest of our LinkedIn. This is broadcasted from our LinkedIn and will be posted after in our YouTube and other channels. We have today we have Andrey to tell us about the platform step by step. Tell us what Mentormatic is. And if you have any questions, drop them in the comments. Thank you for watching. Please interact with us. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments. We will see them and we will try to answer them as we go along. So, Andrey, let's start from, first of all, I think maybe it's good to introduce yourself and then tell us like an introduction about Mentormatic, and then we can start the webinar.
Yeah, sure. So I'm Andrey Kostyuk, and I'm the founder of Mentormatic, which is an AI-native, new generation coaching and mentoring platform built by professionals for professionals. The journey to build Mentormatic started quite a few years ago when, as a startup investor, I started mentoring startup founders. Long story short, back in 2021, I decided to pursue the Doctor of Business Administration in the field of mentoring startup founders, researching how mentoring impacts the progress and performance of their ventures. This thesis was defended last year, and in the meantime, I joined European Mentoring Coaching Council, was credentialed as practitioner, and as well I joined International Mentoring Association. Mentormatic was built this way from research and professional practice and out of a pressing need for myself to have a tool which would support my practice and practice of other professionals. What I noticed is that our industry is digitally lagging. So some of us still use pen and paper, some of us use an array of scattered tools, and we didn't find back in the day any platform which would share our philosophy that we need not to support, first of all, them finding customers for each other and doing matchmaking, but supporting mentors and coaches in their professional journey, first and foremost, and leveraging the capabilities of AI, of course. So what you see on the screen is the first page of Mentormatic website. And if you want to explore how it works, you just need to click Login Sign Up and proceed to registration. What's important here, we have actually 4 roles in this platform. So one of them is practitioner or business owner, how we call it effectively. This is the main program manager. If you're a solo practitioner, if you don't have a separate program manager, this is the role you will assume for yourself as well. We thought long and hard if it's necessary to fuse those roles for individual mentors and decided to against it. Because one thing is to set up the program, the other thing is to run the program. So we decided to keep it this way. Second one is the program manager. Effectively, this is the role of co-manager. If you run a big program, when there are a few people managing it, the main manager can invite co-managers who will help him or her to run the program. Then we have invited mentor or coach, and finally invited mentee or coachee. The only licensed role, the only paid role is this one, practitioner and business owner. How we license it? We license actually each role in your program. So you decide which package is the best fit for you, and then you invite people and license them in the platform. So when you click, it will take you a few steps only just to register yourself. I won't be probably even doing that today. So it's basic stuff like your name, your email, your LinkedIn account, which you'll be using to log in. And finally, you will end actually here at this page with the prices. I will follow through the logic of how that works, so we have no questions, hopefully, about that. We have a starter package which costs 90 euros per month. It gives you 3 licenses. How we came to that number? We decided that a small practice, if you run it, you will license yourself as mentor and you will have 2 people to work with simultaneously. Obviously, the licenses are reusable. You can revoke license and assign the same license to another coachee or mentee of yours. For a bigger practices, we have the next one, the team package of 150, which gives you 6 licenses following similar logic. And finally, you can acquire additional licenses if you need it for 25 euros a month each. And obviously, we have an annual discount of 20% for those licenses as well. Besides, you can increase and decrease number of licenses as you see fit. For example, if you are on a team package and you have a big project coming up for 3 months, you can buy just additional licenses for 3 months and then release it. So you don't need to spend any more money than you really need. If you have need of more licenses, like 25 plus, then we're obviously ready to discuss an enterprise package with you. And ultimately, we have an option for people who would like to stay with us for longer. It's a one-off payment of 600 euros for 2 licenses, and that's effectively that. That's lifetime licenses which you have here. So when you choose that one of those packages and decide which one fits you, you will also be able to apply a discount coupon, which we'll distribute after the session, and try it for a few months before you decide if you want to continue with this as a paid service or not. So let me just walk you through briefly today how that structured, because today we won't be doing it like a really deep dive. We'll just take a look at the functionality of the platform in a brief one. We start as managers with program management dashboard. As you see, this is my live account. I won't be showing any personal information of our customers, just showing you basically how it works. So when you establish a program, it goes like that. You just need to create it, and it's a few clicks assignment. You just need to introduce basic information, decide what's the name of the program, describe it, choose a category, and categories are actually 3, and very easy to understand which ones. It's individual, team, or group, just that. You can choose your color scheme and status of the program, which is obviously open if it's just started running. And that would be that. You have your program here. So what happens within a program? Let's take a look when you established one. So you all obviously can see the members in the program. You can see the role of those people. You can see the status of the license, and you can revoke license or assign license or remove person from the program. Also, you can view the profile of this person from the program. Here is obviously my profile here as a mentor. These 3 roles, these are people you can invite to your program. So how do you do that? You do it through the invitation. You just need to choose a program and you need to choose a manager and invite this person as a co-manager to a program. If you want to invite somebody, as we discussed, you need just to ask this person to sign up as program manager first, here, as described. If you go to register, that would be the program manager functionality. Same thing, if you invite a mentor, they should go through this channel. If you invite a mentee or coachee, they go through this channel. They register, they appear in the community, and after that you can invite them. It effectively goes like this. You find a mentee or coachee in the list. You send them an invitation by choosing the mentee. I'll just find somebody who is our test one, choose a program, and invite this person to the program, sending an invitation. What happens when you send an invitation? You will receive it here. I'll just show it you. I have one open. In the screen below your badge, you will see the invitations. As if you invite it as a mentor, if you invite it as a mentee, if you invite it as a manager, in a relevant role, you'll see that invitation that you just need to accept or decline. If you accept it, though, we're going back to the manager role, you will appear in the program and you will be able to license this person, add this person to the program. It works the same with mentors and coaches, exactly. What we are working on today, and it will be ready in a couple of weeks, that's what's called Magic Link. So instead of inviting people, then licensing them in a few steps, it will be done in one step. You will just be sending invitation to a specific program, and upon accepting, the person will be immediately licensed and added to your program. One other useful thing here is a community where you can find and invite other professionals who you want to work with. The notes, which is also an interesting one because it's not only your notes, it's the notes which are shared with you by other mentors in your program. So if you're the sole practitioner, that's not so important because you'll have them as a mentor. However, if you are in the program which has a separate program manager, many mentors or coaches, many mentees or coachees, then program manager will collect all the notes after the sessions to know exactly where the program stands. Finally, we have a chat to use within the platform so that you have all the communication in the same space. So again, another shallow dive into how that works for a mentor. When you register as a program manager, you add yourself a role of mentor, and then you can switch here and start exploring what you can do. Same story with the programs. You see them as a mentor with a catch. You can be invited to another program by another program manager. So you're not limited to your programs only. If somebody invites you, you simply accept it and you are in this program as well. So as you can see, I have more programs here than I have in my role as a manager. That's because I'm invited to other programs by other people as well and accepted. One of the useful things, especially for group settings, was what we built with sessions. We have the calendar here, which works in 3 modes. It's either monthly, weekly, or just the list of events. My favorite is weekly. And if you want to add event, you need to first do the following. Both you, as a mentor, and your mentees or coaches need to do a few things in your profile. You need to set up your time zone. You need to set up your availability so that the calendar knows when you're ready to work, when you're not. And here you need to do the calendar sync. So just connect your Google Calendar and the tool is ready. The Outlook calendar and Apple calendar are in the works. We need to get the approval from both companies in terms of GDPR compliance, and then they will be connected as well. So when the calendar is connected and your availability is set and your time zone is right, you can add event here. And as I said, it is especially useful in team settings. We can try to do that with some of participants who I know have calendars synchronized. So for example, we can choose a couple of mentees and then take a look where we have availability together. So as you see, if it's a lot of availability, we have a long line, short availability, a shorter line, and vice versa. So we see that we have some slots on 23rd, for example, and here they are. And that's how you can actually set those meetings for any number of people, which makes it a better tool than Calendly or others. So for KPI tracker today, it works just on the mentor side, helping you to track the progress of your mentees or coachees. But we are building now in the way that program managers will be able to set the proper setting of the KPIs they want mentor to track. So mentors will need to do what it's requested from them, but on top of that, they can use their own KPIs as well. So here you have a list of mentees and coachees, so programs and the nodes. So how we behave with the nodes actually. We do with them in the following. We record the session using the tools. Again, mostly we use Google, use anyone, Zoom, Teams, whatever you like. You will just need to change the link from the automatically created in the session to this one. Then, when you have the transcript of the call, you have the note. Today we copy it manually, but in a few weeks it will be going here automatically. Then, for example, what we can do with the note here is the following. So I'll just show you the functionality with adding the note. So as you see, we have many options to do. We can tag a mentee or mentees. We can share the note with mentee so that mentee knows what is expected from him, or coachee knows what is expected from him. Assign it to the program so that we can filter them to by program and knowing whom they belong to. Attach it to session, because when we do it from the sessions, it will be attached automatically, but you can do a manual note, attach it to the session as well, and share it with manager. That's the functionality I was speaking about. This is the magic button allowing manager to know what happens in each particular mentoring or coaching session. Obviously, you can build two nodes, one to share with mentee, maybe less expensive, and one to share with the manager and your real node with all the feedback which you want this person to know and not want mentee to know at the time. Same chat and assessments for mentors. We have now two assessments for mentors. One of them is mentor competency assessment. It's done by University of Wisconsin. We can actually take a look at mine, not to build another one. So this is effectively a Likert scale, and you can self-assess so that program manager knows where you stand. Another one is Big 5 personality test embedded here. It's 120 questions, but it's simple questions, take you 10-15 minutes to do. And that gives you the following. First of all, you do it for yourself, so you have it, program manager has it, and we keep it here in your profile. So if you go to Big 5 report, you'll see it here. So that looks like that. That gives you quite a rich profile of yourself and of your mentees and coachees. So if you go here to the list of mentees and coachees and go to the profile, then you'll have the same thing here. That really helps you to prepare. That's one. Second thing, as you can guess, we are building a first version of matchmaking algorithm effectively as we speak. The backend version is ready, so we hope to deploy it within a couple of weeks so that you'll be able to see compatibility score when assigning mentors to mentees, or in individual setting to know what you need to pay attention to working with specific mentee or coachee. Finally, we have two very useful tools for mentors and coaches themselves. So here we have the self-reflection journal, and that is built on each session which we have. It's built through the sessions, and let's find some session here. This, for example. So it's update self-reflection, but okay, the same. So effectively what you do, you need to choose file here with a transcript in the Word document format. Click upload and analyze, and then you'll get self-reflection of how you performed based on EMCC competencies. Understanding self, committing to self-development, managing the contract, building relationship, emotional cognitive awareness, outcome and action orientation, use of models and techniques, education, and ethical considerations on top of that. That's a very useful and powerful tool, in my opinion. I use it all the time, and that's built by our team. It's a proprietary trained AI model, and of course, that's a draft. That's not a final version. You are free to accept it, edit it, or rewrite it the way you see fit. Then we have professional development plan. Today it's manual. You see, I completed quite a lot myself and have quite a few things to complete too. But what we're building now, based on those self-reflections, when you have a statistically significant number, let's say 10, we will be building a draft of your plan, of your CPD plan, including immediate and long-term goals. And that would be the draft for you to decide if you want to do that this way or amend it in any way or agree or disagree. But AI model will help you to build it. Besides, next step for us is to build an actionable plan, and meaning that when you have a developmental activity to undertake, we will suggest you the resources. And the first professional body we work on that with is Clutterbuck Coaching Mentoring International. We had a conversation with them on Monday, and we are moving forward in developing this tool together now. So this is in a nutshell how that works for mentors, and finally for mentees. It's just so far more or less a skeleton thing. They have their own opportunity to do sessions. That's a big help for program managers, actually. Instead of manually matching mentees, coachees with mentors and coaches, they just need to make certain that everybody registered in the calendar. Then mentees can book their own sessions at their convenience, and again, specifically convenient when it's team or group setting. Notes you can use. Obviously, you can do your own notes, but the most useful thing is when you get these notes from your mentor or coach. So you work on them and prepare to the next session. Same chat and same assessment, so the same Big 5 personality test, and we are adding competency tests as well. We devised initially that for entrepreneurial mentoring. For startup founders, that would be business competency tests now. And then we will be building new ones based on the requests from our customers. We have already an engine to do that. Those tests will work using the chat functionality, actually. Here in the chat, there will be a user called whatever it is, like examinator bot or whatever, and a mentee will have a chat with the bot, getting questions, answering, and finally getting the score and suggestions how to proceed if their level of knowledge is enough or some improvement is necessary. So today that was a session which we wanted to have, just giving the overview how that program of ours work. So I think I'll pause here, and if you have any questions on that, I'll be happy to answer.
Great session. If you have any questions, please ask them, and we will answer them. Also, we have an offer for new people that maybe have joined or they will see this workshop in YouTube after. You get 2 months complimentary to test the platform on your own. Use the code 2M free. We added the code also in the comments. So you can go register to the platform, use this code, and get 2 months for free to test all these wonderful things that Andrey explained. Yeah. These sessions, by the way, will be every Tuesday at 6 p.m., except 10th of February, that will do it a bit earlier, 4:30 p.m. So every Tuesday, we'll be here to do a more deep dive to the platform with more stuff. The next 7 weeks, Andrey will be going in every session in a more deep dive. Next week we will do, I think Andrey will do again pretty much the same next week for more people to get the first touch with the platform. Yeah.
Yes, and while we wait for the questions, I'll just show one more thing, which could be very effective if you start using that. You see here this icon, bug icon. That's effectively to report the bugs. So if you click it, you'll get this form. You complete the support ticket, and it gets immediately to the Trello board, and the development team sees it right away, and it gets immediately into the pipeline for the error to be fixed. So it's not just a support ticket which disappears, it immediately gets to execution.
Nice. All the platforms, they need one of these buttons.
I agree.
And yeah, do you have anything else to add? Maybe, yeah. Maybe we can explain a bit also the pricing model, a bit. What is the difference?
I can reiterate it once again, but it's pretty simple.
It was in the beginning, yeah.
Yeah, it was at the beginning. I just can show it up. So it's the start again. If we speak about the starter, so the price is less than the normal price of one session, like way less. So we believe it's a good bargain to support your practice.
The license goes by the coach or by the...
It's by, you license everyone in the platform except the main user. So when you, for example, again, if you do startup, you get 3 licenses as you see. So you'll need to use one license to license yourself as mentor, and you have 2 licenses for free. Okay, 3 licenses, sorry, not for free, 2 free licenses to use for your mentees or coachees simultaneously.
Okay. Okay, we don't have any questions coming in. Actually, the session was
Hopefully, I was very clear about how the platform works.
Do we have an FAQ
and
on the side? Do we have an FAQ section or not yet on the side? Maybe we can go through it.
Actually, if you have questions after the session, you can do it here. It's through the contact form. That would be me receiving your request for information directly. And it would be me answering as well.
So if anybody has any questions about the platform, they can go to the website in the contact form and send their question in, or send us a message in LinkedIn.
Yes, well, wherever works for you, for sure. Much better to contact us through the chat in the platform already, but any other channel is welcome for sure.
Yeah. Okay, I think if we don't have any questions. If we don't have any other stuff. Wait, we just got one in actually. What was the code to try Mentormatic for 2 months? The code is 2M3. You will find it also in a comment.
It's in capital letters. 2M3 stands for 2 months, obviously. 2M3.
By Harilaos Minas. Okay, and we will reply also to the comment, so you'll have the code.
Yeah, sure. Again, if you launch the platform and you have any questions within the platform, you can always send me the message in the chat in the platform. Same here in the contact. You can send it in LinkedIn, wherever works for you. I will be answering through any channel which you decide to use.
Great. Thank you for watching, everybody. We'll see you next week, next Tuesday at 6 p.m.
Yeah, thank you very much and hope to see you soon again.